do some word building using our new sound. What is our new sound this week? That's right, D, D, D. You should feel your tongue behind your teeth. Let's start with the word I have right here. N, A, D. Nod. You nod your head. I'm going to do a little flippy flop here with the last sound and the first sound, and we'll get a different word. Here we go. D, A, N, Don. That's a name. D, on, Don. I hope you're building along with me right now. Let's do another word. Leave my D. Take away my A. Add a new vowel. What's that vowel called? A. What sound does A make? A, like apple. Let's sound out our word. D, A, N. D, A, N. Dan. That's another name, like Don is a name. Let's take away our D, D, D. And add this letter. We changed the beginning sound. Let's figure it out. P, A, N. P, A, N. Pan. We cook in a pan. Last week we talked about tools that the chef uses in the kitchen. That would be one of those tools. Let's change the last sound. Can you find your t, t, t? Taking away my n. Adding a t, t. Let's figure out this word. P, a, t, p, at, pat. Like you pat your legs. Okay. Pat can actually also be a name. So if we flip this like a pancake, it's a shorter way of saying the name Patrick or Patricia. Let's build another word. I'm going to get all new ones. This is our new letter for the week. What sound does it make? D, D. Good job. Grabbing another vowel. I, I, I. What's the final sound that I added? Good job. Let's sound it out. D, E, P, D, E, P. Dip. Maybe you like to have your ice cream. Get a dip and sprinkles or some chocolate sauce. I love that. All right, you might even say, I'm going to go take a dip in the pool. It means you're going for a swim. Okay. Let's change some other things. Can you find all of those letters and build this word? Let's sound it out. D, ot, d, ot, dot. You put a dot on your eye. I'll even tell you in here, just use a dot of glue, not too much. Okay, friends, let's get all of our letters together. Can you please show me your letter that makes the k, k sound? What's this letter? C. Good. Put it in your lap. What's this letter? A. What does it say? Apple. Good. Put it in your lap. Ooh, here's our new letter. What's it sound? D. Good job. Letter D. Awesome. Ooh, here's a vowel. What's it sound? Aw, like octopus. Aw. Letter O. How about this one? Letter T. Good job. What's this one? I. What does it say? It. Itchy eye. It. How about this one? Good. P. Only a few more. This was our first letter. What sound does it make? And what letter is it? Good job, letter M. How about this one? Are you giving me the sound? Great. This is letter S. And our final one. What sound? What's the name of it? N. Good job. All right, friends, we'll do a little bit more learning in a while. Thank you for building words with me. Bye. Boys and girls, we're going to read the story, The Nutcracker. Last week you did see it read to you in a different version. I'm going to read you my version right now, okay? The Nutcracker. This is a golden book. Once there lived a little girl named Clara, whose family was having a wonderful party on Christmas Eve. There was a beautiful Christmas tree and lots of delicious food. Clara ran back and forth to the front door to welcome the guests. "Merry Christmas," she said, as each one kissed her on the cheek. Then they all went inside to dance and eat and open their presents. Shane, look at my story. The last to arrive was Clara's godfather, Herr Drosselmeyer. All the children loved him very much because he was such a wonderful storyteller. Clara thought he could even perform magic. "Merry Christmas, Clara," he said, handing her a heavy package. "Merry Christmas and thank you," Clara cried, lifting a large wooden nutcracker from the wrappings. "He looks like a very brave soldier," she said. "And so he is," Herr Drosselmeyer replied. Look what we've got here.
Good afternoon, everyone. This announcement is for staff. This is the final call for anybody that wants anything out of the food truck, whether you ordered food or not. They have plenty of extra, so go out to the food truck if you want, and desserts are also out there if you would like that as well. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Just then, the musicians began to play a lively tune, and all the grown-ups joined together to dance. Clara carried her nutcracker over to where her cousins and friends were all playing. She held him very carefully and hummed a soft Christmas carol. All of a sudden, Clara's little brother Fritz jumped up from behind the sofa and grabbed the nutcracker away from his sister. Oh no. Let's see what's going to happen. "No, Fritz, no!" Clara cried, chasing him. Soon all the children were running after Fritz, But the nutcracker was very heavy, and Fritz was a very little boy. The nutcracker crashed to the floor and broke. Sadly, Clara picked up her injured nutcracker and showed him to Herr Drosselmeyer. "Why, Clara," he said, tying his handkerchief around the nutcracker's broken jaw, "many good soldiers get hurt in battle. This will be his bandage, and you will be his nurse." And he wiped her tears away and handed the nutcracker back to her. Clara was a very good little nurse. She gently tucked the nutcracker into the doll's bed she had received as a Christmas present. She stayed by his side until all the guests had gone home. Then she kissed him goodnight and went to bed. But Clara could not stop thinking about her nutcracker, so back downstairs she crept and lifted him from his little bed. Then she curled up on the sofa and fell asleep with the nutcracker in her arms. While Clara was sleeping, Herr Drosselmeyer came into the room. He quietly took the handkerchief off the nutcracker's jaw and waved it over Clara and the nutcracker. Suddenly, the nutcracker changed into a handsome prince, standing guard over Clara while she slept. Later that night, Clara woke up. "Oh my goodness," she cried, for tremendous mice were running all over the room. Then she saw her nutcracker, who was now a handsome prince. He was bravely fighting a mouse that was wearing a crown on his head. "Leave him alone!" Clara shouted at the wicked mouse. She jumped off the sofa and pulled the mouse's long tail. The mouse became so frightened that it ran away, with all the other mice squeaking after it. "Thank you for your help," said the prince, picking up the crown which had fallen off the mouse's head. "I would like to invite you to the land of sweets, so all of my friends can thank you too." The prince placed the crown upon Clara's head, and her nightgown became a beautiful dress that sparkled and shimmered. Together they stepped outside. The falling snow whisked around them in a pretty white dance, carrying them to the land of sweets. We'll see. Everyone living in the land of sweets was named after delicious things to eat. When the prince and Clara arrived, he told his friends all about the battle with the huge mice and how Clara had saved him. "Hooray for Clara!" they all shouted. Then they carried Clara and the prince over to two beautiful candy cane chairs. The people of the land of sweets performed beautiful dances for Clara and the prince. The first to perform were candy canes wearing red stripes. Then a dainty sugar plum fairy danced with a soldier. The dewdrop fairy gracefully twirled before them, followed by many little angels with tiny wings. Even the flowers danced in the land of sweets, waving their pretty petals. They're up high in the picture. Do you see them? Right there. Pay attention, friends. Eyes up here. Clara's favorite dancer was Mother Ginger. She wore a big wide skirt, and underneath it were 6 little children. They raced out and took each other's hands, dancing together in a circle, laughing and skipping. When their turn was over, they scrambled back underneath her wide skirt. When all the dancers were finished, Clara and the prince stood and clapped and clapped. I think it's time for us to go, the prince said. But we will come back to the land of sweets every Christmas Eve from now on. And then he called for his sleigh, which was drawn by 2 reindeer. After waving goodbye to their friends, Clara and the prince flew off together into the early morning sky, home for a Merry Christmas.
I don't see it.
Well, it just says 2 reindeer. It doesn't say Rudolph. Boys and girls, wasn't that a great story? Mm-hmm. All right, kindergarten, you are going to get to make your very own nutcracker. So you're going to need to color his head,
Hat.
his hat, yes. Ryder, sit up, please. You're going to need to color his legs, and you're going to need to color his arms.
And his pants.
Mm-hmm. You're going to use your crayons at your table spot. Then you are going to get your scissors. And you're going to keep your elbows in because when we're cutting, we keep our elbows close to our body. And we stay on the road when we're cutting. Do we need to go quickly?
No.
No, we take our time. Staying on the road. See how I'm moving my hand? And, oops, staying on the road. We're going to start with his head. Ooh, Shane, sit up, please. So are you going to cut first?
Yeah. No.
What are you going to do first?
Color.
Color first. Okay, so here's his head. Here, I get my scissors down. This is his body. So you're going to glue. I've got a piece of tape that I was using to hang this up. I'm going to put this on there for his head for right now. And then you're going to put his head on the tube. Like this. And you're going to use your glue to do that. What's cool about your nutcracker is he's going to be able to sit on a table. These are his what? Arms. That's right. So I'm going to put my little nutcracker right there. Stay there, buddy. Where's he going to go? He doesn't have any legs yet, does he?
No.
Gonna keep cutting. My hands.
You're not cutting.
I need to do mine too.
You're not cutting. Gonna look nice.
Why, thank you. And I'm gonna cut this hand out. Notice, Shane, stay on the road. Moving my hand around.
It might sound a shell.
I do have some tape on there. Now, for his arms, do his arms go on the bottom of him?
No.
No, where do they go?
They go in the front of his hands.
That's right. Okay. So, you can make his arms go out or you can leave them straight down.
Or you can make him tight.
Oh, I could do that too. That's a good idea.
Or you can do it
Maybe yours goes like that. So here I go. Putting some glue. And they go on the side. Okay. And you know, nutcrackers march because they're soldiers. Who is the nutcracker fighting in the story, or the prince? Whoops, sit down. The mouse, right? The mouse king. All right, so there's his head, his 2 arms.
What's his name?
Okay, nutcracker, you hang out right there.
That was a touch.
I'm gonna pull this piece of tape off just
That was
because
just in the floor.
he's hanging out.
Yeah, I won't.
Now, I've given you a nice tracer line on the outside of your nutcracker, so you're cutting on the big wide line. not the super close one to his legs. It's a little easier to manage. It'll take a little bit, but you'll be able to do it. I know it. There's one leg. Now, when we glue on his legs in a moment here, they're gonna go on the inside of the tube, which seems weird, doesn't it, Easton?
Yes.
Little weird, but you're gonna see why. Maybe you're gonna wanna dance with your nutcracker.
Because we can't stand up. I'm gonna dance with my nutcracker.
Maybe you're gonna show your nutcracker how to act out the fighting scene with the wrecking.
I am.
Boys and girls, who broke the nutcracker in this story? Does anyone remember his name?
No.
Was it? Right. Who? Oh, good trying. Do you know the little boy's name in the story that broke the nutcracker? Took it from Clara.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm asking. Oh, how about you, Riley? Do you know? Begins with a. Do you remember? Ooh, so close. Can you say Fritz?
Chris.
Fritz is Clara's brother. Ooh, look, see how I glued that inside the tube?
That's one leg.
He's only got one. Good thing I've got his other one here. Little bit of glue right on the top.
Now I know.
And this will be your nutcracker. Isn't he cool?
His shoes.
And then he could even lace it on your leg. All right. Kindergarten, this is your craft this afternoon. It'll be a nice way for you to be able to retell your nutcracker story. You can put them back there too if you wanted. Sure, either way.
I don't want to. I just want to put them in the front of my leg.
Okay, you can make them like your legs. All right, kindergarten, let's go and let's make our crafts.